Hello everyone. Hello. Is the live stream? Please join here. Hello everyone. How are you? I hope you are doing all good. Welcome to a Codebasics live Q&A. All right, so I'll start taking questions now. Sorry for the inconvenience in the previous stream. I don't know, YouTube has this issue where my camera got disconnected and I tried to connect and it just did not work. So just ping if you are able to hear me okay and if you are seeing me okay. So if video and audio quality both looks good, please post so that I know that there are no connection issues. Okay, we could see you fine and you can hear me okay, right? All right, perfect. So Jagdish is asking i3 8 Gen 4 GB RAM. That is good, but if you are doing some machine learning training, it might be a little slow. So I always say maybe 8 GB RAM, i5 or i7 processor. Shikhar is asking, sir, naukri lagwa do, which means help me find a job. Buddy, unfortunately, you have to help yourself. I can only guide you. I can just give you tutorials. But learning is something you have to do. You have to go for the interview. So I wish you all the best. Greetings from Italy, Supertramp. Hey, I think I know you, Supertramp. Nice to see you here. So the next question is, I'm getting a lot of questions, so please bear with me. So Himanshu Poddar is asking how you can apply for the company outside. So if you want to come to outside, let's say if you want to come to US, the best way is to do masters. Or you join multinational companies such as Microsoft or Amazon in India, and then you do company transfer. Those are the only two ways, at least for US. Data analyst position, in the interview they will ask you scenario based questions. So they will give you a scenario and they will ask you to perform the data analysis on that, and they will ask you. You can just Google data analyst interview question. You will find many questions. They will ask you questions on mathematics and statistics, and nowadays if you go for tier 1 company, they ask you for programming as well. Usually programming is not required for data analyst, but tier 1 companies nowadays they ask you questions on Python. The best online resource to learn deep learning is Andrew Ng's deep learning specialization on Coursera. So if you search for deep learning specialization Coursera, this is by far the best deep learning course, which I'm going to post here in the video. So that I just posted that. Oh, so many questions. Oh man. Okay, I need to ramp up. So I'm just going one by one. So for building games, there is Pygames, a module that you can explore. Deep learning, for deep learning, guys, watch this Coursera course by Andrew Ng. That is probably the best one. I'm also going to start a deep learning tutorial series. I will try my best. I will try to make a very simple tutorial series where you can understand deep, neural network and CNN, RN, and all those concepts in a very easy way. It will take me some time, But I promise I will come up with the best tutorial series on deep learning. That is in my plan. So stay tuned. Tawhid, so Tawhid's question is, he's losing motivation to learn data science. What is my advice? Well, my advice is you work on projects. So when you work on projects, let's say after learning something for 2 to 3 weeks, you create this project, and project is an end product, something tangible that you can see, and it kind of gives you mental reward. So doing projects is very important if you want to stay motivated in terms of learning data science, because I totally understand your feeling. There is just too much to learn, and after learning 1 or 2 months you might get bored. So projects are important. Rana is asking, in data science field degree is compulsory? No. Nowadays big companies, they even don't care about degree. They care about your knowledge, your projects on your resume, you're contributing to open source. There are many other aspects. How should I practice algorithms for machine learning and data science? Well, when you use sklearn, let's say you are doing classification using logistic regression. Now try to build logistic regression using plain Python on your own. So you will have to implement sigmoid function. So there could be a sigmoid function, Python function for sigmoid. Then there will be a function to implement the gradient descent. I have a video on implementing a gradient descent in Python. So you implement gradient descent and logistic regression and so on, and that way you can visualize what goes behind the scene. Jagdish Prasad is asking, what are the real-time projects for data science freshers to put on resume? So again, data science is broad. There are multiple roles: data analyst, data scientist, data engineer. Based on what role you are targeting, the projects will be very, very different. I am doing a project for data analyst role recently. I will upload a video tomorrow that will be generating sales insights using Power BI. So that kind of project is perfect for data analyst role. For data scientist role, I have already done 2 projects. One is on classification, sports celebrity classification. You can find it on my channel. The other project is on linear regression. So at least do one project on regression, on one project on classification, and one project on clustering. So at least have, and then fourth project could be deep learning. So if you do these 4 projects, it will be really helpful. I'm planning to learn SQL for data analyst profile. Yeah, so I have a video on how to learn data analyst skills for free. You watch that video, I have provided all the resources. Abhishek Saraswat is asking, when will you start statistics? See, my schedule is very tight, and I'm finding the time mostly on weekends. Weekdays are very busy. So there is just so much I can do. So statistics, maybe I will start at some point, but it is not in a near term plan. My near term plan is to finish this data analysis project using Sales Insight, which is perfect for anyone targeting data analyst role. After that, I'm going to do deep learning series, NLP series, and I have feature engineering series where I have only posted few videos. So I want to continue that. That's my short-term plan. How do I improve my domain knowledge? Well, there is just one way, Arun, to improve domain knowledge, which is working on projects. So you have to work more on more projects to improve your domain knowledge, and you can get those projects. I have a video on how to get programming experience without having a job. So you can go to NGO, work for them. You can go to your relative who might have a business, just start helping them in terms of their work, and that way you can get real domain experience. The simplest data analysis project you can do is you can track your own expenses, monthly expenses, telephone bill and electricity bill and so on. And that could be your data analysis project. It's like a real life project. Okay, how to read someone's working Python script, big complicated script, from where to start? See, Naveen, when you are reading someone's Python code, which is big, I understand it is very hard to understand. For me also, it is very hard to understand. A big program is nothing but a collection of small programs. If you have a for loop, that for loop is doing something. It is solving a small problem. Then you have another function which is solving some other problem, and then you combine all these problems together and becomes a big project. So you have to break down the project. So if I am looking at, let's say, my image classification project, first break down and focus on one area. So let's say focus on only feature engineering part, or let's say focus on only face detection part. So by focusing on small area, then understanding that, you can understand the whole project. Mama is saying, great to see you. Yes, buddy, I'm great to have a conversation with all of you. In my last YouTube stream, also someone asked question on my health. Well, everyone, my health is doing pretty good. I was going through terrible health troubles for past many years, and last year I gave up all my medicines and I relied on Ayurveda and followed a fruits and vegetables based vegan diet, and that has cleaned my system, and I'm doing extremely well, and I'm very thankful for all your support and prayers. I think it's because of your prayers that I'm able to recover from the terrible health problems that I was having. Venkatesh Akula is asking, I'm not able to focus. Well, if you're not able to focus, I will say this: pick one small problem and just focus on that. So let's say I want to learn Python basic programming. Do not worry about anything else, because you will get lost. There is so much to learn. There's deep learning, sklearn, visualization, matplotlib. You will go mad. You can have a goal that, okay, by the end of July, I will only focus on Python. After that, I will take on Pandas. And during that time, do not watch any other videos on machine learning or anything. Forget it. There are so many distractions in the world. You have to understand this. You need to focus, and you need to keep away those distractions. Steve Jobs once said that focus is about saying no to 100 things and saying yes to only one thing that you are interested in. Deep Saurabh Barasia, yes, Saurabh. I know we talked on phone. I am gonna do deep learning series. I'm telling you, it will be the best of all my tutorials. My deep learning series is coming. It will be the best of all the content that I have created so far. I promise that. Udacity, edX, San Diego MicroMaster in data science. There are so many courses available. So I personally like edX platform because it has a lot of content for free. Udemy, Udacity, Coursera, all these portals have some good courses, but then you will find like 10 data science courses and only one will be good and 9 will be just waste of money. It is something that you need to figure out yourself by looking at reviews, by talking to your friends who might have done those courses. For deep learning, I recommend Andrew Ng's deep learning specialization course, which I have linked in the live chat here. So the question is, Shubham Kanwal is asking, okay, Shubhangi Sakrakar is asking, please help in creating ML application using Flask on PyCharm. Well, Shubhangi, I have created 2 projects, one for Bangalore property price prediction and then image classification. Both are using Flask. End-to-end project, right from the website, model building, everything, entire life cycle. Watch those 2 projects, will be extremely useful. Shubham is asking 3 years of experience as a mainframe developer. Okay. And I want to switch to. Yes, Shubham, doing end-to-end projects is the only way for you. You are a mainframe developer, so you already know programming. So that's a very positive point. So it's a strong side that you have. Now all you need to do is do the projects. I also learned things by doing projects. I don't have a degree in data science. In fact, I'm working as a data engineer. I'm not even a data scientist. So my all the experiences in software engineering, and I learned about data science and all that just by doing projects. Also, for this conversation, by the way, you can ask questions related to programming as well, because programming is one of my strongest areas. You can ask questions, any personal questions. If you want to know more about me, who am I, what am I doing, you can ask all the personal questions, my hobbies, you can ask all of that. Someone is asking, Premchand is asking, which is better to learn deep learning, whether TensorFlow or Keras? Well, I have a good friend called Premchand, so I don't, not sure if this Premchand is different, but so there are two frameworks which are very popular when it comes to deep learning. One is TensorFlow, which is by Google. One is PyTorch, which is by Facebook. Keras is just an abstraction API that is built on top of TensorFlow. So Keras is just like a sugar coating around this. So in reality, there are just two APIs, two frameworks, PyTorch and TensorFlow. I'm graduated from BSc Physics. Should I do it in maths to get a job as data analyst or data science related job in India? So everyone, the jobs for data scientists are less compared to data analysts. So if there are 10 data analyst job, you'll find only one data scientist job, or it could be more, maybe 50 to 1. So it is more practical to target data analyst position, to be honest. Unless you are very good in math, statistics, and programming, you can first target data analyst, and after being data analyst, you can always shift to data scientist role. Okay, so I'm just going through the next questions. What to do in case of multiple dependent and multiple independent variables in machine learning? So independent variables are your features. If you are taking house price prediction project, house price depends on what? Bedrooms, square foot, the locality, school rating. Those are independent variables, and those are also called features. What is dependent variable? Dependent variable is what depends on this. So what are you trying to predict? Price. Price is a dependent variable. If you are talking about linear equation, y is equal to mx plus b. So this m1 x1 plus m2 x2 plus b, let's say. So x1 and x2 are your independent variable, and y is your dependent variable. And I have a tutorial on linear regression using multiple dependent variables, so you can watch that, you'll get an idea. Flask or Django for data science? For data science, don't worry about Django. Flask is good enough. Pursuing BSc in data science. Mahaprasad, that's a good idea. You should go for BSc in data science. Kishore Kumar is asking, as a beginner, how can we start and contribute to the open source data science projects, and give us which project is best? So if you want to contribute to open source, Pandas, for example, is a big package for doing data cleaning. You can go to Pandas GitHub page and look at all the issues. So let me post it. So Pandas GitHub. Okay, so there is a Pandas GitHub page, for example, and it has all the open issues. So there are 3,429 issues. So I'm just gonna post that here, and you can pick one issue and try to give a pull request for that issue. So that will be the best way to start open source contribution. Okay, while practicing Python, Satish Chaudhary is asking, it looks like easy, but after sometimes it's difficult to recollect. Please suggest the best way to remember the syntax. Friends, don't worry about remembering the syntax. Even I don't remember the syntax sometimes. So I have to do Google. Doing Google for syntax is perfectly okay. As you practice more, you will naturally remember some of the syntax. But I never put hard effort to remember the syntax. I will just practice. And after that, I will remember some syntax. 80% of syntax, even I don't remember. I will just do Google. 3 years of experience as a mainframe data analyst. Okay, that we covered already. So how AdaBoost, CatBoost are important for machine learning? Well, these algorithms are important. There are ensemble techniques. So for example, if you're doing random forest is a collection of individual decision trees. So random forest is basically a bagging technique. So basically you kind of combine the decision of multiple decision trees. It's almost like a voting system, and whoever has a majority vote, that is your classification. Similarly, ada boost, cat boost, these are like, there are few ensemble techniques. So there is bagging, boosting. So if you do ensemble techniques, so there is bagging, there is boosting. So just a second, I'll tell you about all those. I forgot. So there is bagging, there is boosting, and there is stacking. There is a nice article I will post in here. Okay, so these are like ensemble learning techniques. So this ada boost could be useful based on type of problem you're solving. Okay. Kavya is asking, she has 2 years of experience as a middleware administrator in TCS. When you move to data analyst profile, what's the hike? So in my understanding, as of 2020 June, as a data analyst, you can make somewhere between 6 to 8 lakhs. That's probably starting, and based on your experience, your company, your performance, you can make much more, maybe 10 lakh, 15 lakh. Okay. So I don't know how much you're earning right now. So you have to really look at your current situation, your interest, and the kind of hike that you can get. Glassdoor.com has salaries for different roles in different countries and cities. So just refer to that. Mustafa Kolo, hi, I know you. I always read your comment. Thanks for being here on this live stream. Rana is asking which domain will be the best. Do not worry about domain, actually. You can, data science can be applied in any domain. Finance is one big domain, retail, microbiology, physics. If you are living in, let's say, Mumbai or New York, these two cities are dominated by finance jobs, So then, yeah, if you have finance experience, it will help you find a job. Shahid is asking AI, ML, DS, DN. Yeah, sure. I will make a video on comparing AI, ML, and all that. So machine learning, deep learning is a subdomain of machine learning, and then artificial intelligence is a broader term for machine learning, deep learning, and data science is, you can do data science even without using machine learning. Data science is just a process of collecting insights. I have a great video on what is data science. So if you want to find any of my videos, friends, go to YouTube and say Codebasics space what is data science, and you will find my video. So anytime you want to look at my video, you can just go to YouTube, say Codebasics space what is data science, or data analyst projects, and so on. Okay, Lakshmi Devi is asking, can you suggest any company doing internship is better, both in terms of getting? Well, any company is better. Any company you can do internship. You need to get an exposure of working on real projects. That's it. Saurabh Patel, can a dropout student become successful data scientist? 100%. Sure, you can. Sunny Kumar, can you please tell me when to choose label encoder and when to use one hot encoder in case of many variables? So there are certain algorithms like decision tree where even if you use label encoder, it will be okay. But most of the time, one hot encoding is preferred. So if you can use one hot encoding, do that. Now I understand your question. If you have too many categories, you will end up creating too many columns, which is a problem. So for that, there are techniques. So let's say you can come up with this other column where, if the most of the samples belong to, let's say, 5 category, and if you have total 100 categories, so remaining 95 categories you can club into this other category, and that way you reduce your columns. In my Bangalore property price prediction project, I have used this technique. Before doing one hot encoding, I am doing this feature engineering and reducing the locations by a whole lot by using this other category. So you can watch that video and you will get an idea. Again, to locate my video, you can just say Codebasics data science project. You will find Bangalore property price prediction project. It's like 7 or 8 part tutorial series. And I think third and fourth video, I'm talking about this other category. Wasim is when you are doing more real-time analysis video, like the problem we face in working with real. So Wasim, the projects that I have done, 2 projects, data science projects I have done, they are real-life scenarios where I'm building end-to-end websites. So those are real projects, and I'm trying to do more projects. Premchand is asking what is TensorFlow and Keras. Keras is just abstraction on top of TensorFlow. So it's just a nice API, if you want to use TensorFlow. Srirang Dikshit, I have 5 years of experience in mechanical and want to switch to data science. How can I show my experience related to data science? So in that case, I have I think two videos where 2 mechanical engineers became successful data scientists, Chinmay and Hemanand. I have videos with them, so go watch those. Both were mechanical engineers. Now they are working as a data analyst. In your resume, you don't want to talk about too much of your mechanical engineering experience, but in mechanical engineering domain, if you have used data science, then talk about those and highlight those keywords. Okay, for a self-starter, okay. Statistics 101 is the best channel. Venki is suggesting Statistics 101, so maybe go watch that. Waiting for Power BI project. Yes, it's gonna be the best project. In fact, I recorded a video today. Maybe tomorrow I will make it live. What level of knowledge one should have on SQL as a data scientist? Is query knowledge enough? Yeah, query knowledge is enough. You don't need to be like a super expert in SQL. Which one is best, competitive programming or data science? Well, it depends. If you are targeting software engineer role, then practice competitive programming. If you are targeting data scientist role, then you don't need to worry about competitive programming too much. Now, let me tell you one fact. In terms of number of jobs, even today, programming jobs are much more than data scientist job. Data analyst jobs are much more compared to data scientist job. In an organization, you will probably have 30 software engineers, 30 data analysts, and you will have only 1 data scientist. So keep this in mind. If you're targeting data scientist field, you have to be really good. Otherwise, software engineering role and data analyst role, these are 2 excellent careers. They are still growing. And trust me, many times software engineers, data engineers get paid much higher than data scientists. So don't go too much into a hype, okay? Make an informed decision. Okay, I suggest people do not repeat the question. I'll try my best to go in sequence and answer this question. So what is the difference between SAP analytics and data analytics? Can I start my career as a SAP analytics? I don't know much about SAP analytics, to be honest, but in data analysis, there is this tool called SAS. So that you can use. Now, SAP is a ERP software, and there could be analytics on top of it, but I would suggest that data analytics is a much wider domain, and maybe SAP analytics could be just one part of it. Okay, Mustafa, my friend, how do I improve my data science learning? Only one way: projects, more projects. Okay, I want to share a little fun fact with me. So I am big into meditation, uh, and I have done this Vipassana meditation course where for 10 days I was in complete silence. I did not utter a word. I was eating just boiled food one time a day. It was a great experience. Vipassana meditation courses are available for free across India, many other countries. So I suggest you do that. In the world of too much connectedness, it's healthy to give your brain that 10-day break where you're completely disconnected. You don't talk to anyone, you don't look at your mobile, no cell phone, you do not even say anything, you are silent for 10 days. This is what I did in my life, I think few years back. I found it very useful. So yeah, you can ask any personal question as well. I sometimes people don't know about me, so if you want to know more about me, uh, go and you can ask that question. Okay, I answer some of this question. Frisco Frodo is saying, yo, buddy, ask your real question. Don't just say yo. What is the best source for learning sklearn algorithms? Sklearn algorithms, I have a great tutorials on machine learning. So in YouTube, go say machine learning tutorials, Codebasics. You will find many tutorials. They're all sklearn based. So watch those. Okay. edX has closed the courses of Power BI. Can you tell me where can I learn? So Power BI, just do YouTube. You might find some courses. I will also start new course. I'm doing one project on Power BI. Uh, so Ranjan is asking how corporates are planning to recruit post lockdown. Well, post lockdown, there is a job impact, of course. There will be layoffs, but if you are in technology sector will be less impacted, because with technology you can also work from home, and the technology adoption is going to increase. So if you're in technology, the impact will be less compared to other sectors. So don't worry about lock, like job loss, all that. You should be focusing on improving yourself, improving your knowledge, and then even in the worst form of recession you will still be able to find job. I suggest people don't ask same repeated question, because then it's not very effective. Naveen, don't worry, you are not the only one who is not able to read big Python scripts, man. Even I also, when I read big Python script, I get confused. Don't worry, okay, friend. I'm telling you, you will be okay. Just take one step at a time. Is NLTK better than Spacey? Well, NLTK is more for academics, I would say. Spacey is more like if we want to do real stuff. So I would just suggest Spacey. Which which one is best, competitive programming or data science to get in product? If you are trying to find job in product-based company like Amazon, Google, whatever, competitive programming might be better than data science, because as I said, like if there are 30 software engineering jobs, there will be only one data scientist job. So just keep that in mind. What recruiters are looking in a data scientist having 2 years experience? Well, if you have 2 years experience, you should be able to talk about statistics, different algorithms, different machine learning algorithms. They will give you scenario based question. You should be able to answer that. They will ask you write some code, Python programming, maybe R programming. You should be able to write those code snippets. Okay, let's move on. Naveen Kalan is asking, stay safe. Sunny, please don't repeat the same question. Actually, trust me, I'm getting many questions, but top to bottom, I've tried to read it and try to answer as many as possible. But please, I sincere request, do not repeat your question. Okay, how corporates are planning to recruit post lockdown? Can college drop down student become same questions? Friends, please don't ask same questions. Where can I look into online project learning exercises for BI, which is business intelligence? So using Power BI data analysis, I'm working on a project called Sales Insights using Power BI. That will be a very nice project. I will try to give you a feel of how it feels to work in a corporate environment in a big company. That will be the very good project. I don't know about the other resources. You can just Google and find it. All right. I'm just reading other questions. People are asking same questions so many times. Unfortunate. I'm just reading same question. It is wasting my time and everyone else's time. Kuldeep Sharma is asking, I have been following your videos. What are the other courses you suggest other than suggested earlier? Well, I have two videos. One is on how to get data analyst skills for free, and how you can learn data science for free. So, go to YouTube and just say learn data science code basics. You will find those videos, and I have mentioned all the resources there. I don't have any other suggestion other than those resources and my channel. And I, Krish Nayak, Ken G, and Data Professor, we all four have different YouTube channels, and we are doing a lot of collaboration videos also. So you can get a lot of tips in that video, and I would suggest you watch these four YouTube channels, and you will find whatever content you are looking for in one of our channels. Okay, what is the future of AI? So Talha Ejaz is asking a very good question. He's worried, is AI automation going to take all of the jobs? Unfortunately, it will eat away many jobs where there is manual work required, like BPO jobs, where you do a lot of manual work. Those jobs will go away. But new jobs will emerge. For example, right now in India, there are many BPO centers where they do like manual work, like they join 10 different Excel files and create a new file by doing data cleaning. So they're doing all this manually. Now that job will be replaced by, let's say, a job of RPA executive. RPA is robotic process automation. You should read about RPA, automation anywhere, work fusion. These are different products which allows you to automate some of the work. So if you're in a BPO doing manual job, learn some RPA skills, and that will be the future job for the market, where you can do a lot of RPA analytics. So new jobs will keep on emerging, so you should just focus on developing the new skills. That's the suggestion I can give. Okay. I'm just omitting all the repeated questions. Uh, 2 years of experience, self-starter. How different are the projects done online and real life experiences in data analysis and data science? Could you please share how to close that gap? Yeah, Ashish, that's a good question. And for that reason, on my YouTube channel, I'm trying to do the real life projects. So the two data science projects I have done and the data analyst projects that I'm going to do, those are real life projects. You will get a feel of how these projects are executed in corporate environment. So I'm doing my best. There are many other portals and online courses where they give you dummy projects which are very far from reality. But my whole intention on my channel is to give you a feel of real life projects. Online resources for learning Python. Amritansh, I have a very detailed Python tutorial playlist. So just go to YouTube, just say Codebasics Python tutorial, and I think that should be sufficient to learn Python. Sunny Kumar, when will you make videos on XGBoost and gradient boosting? Yes, that is XGBoost and gradient boosting are in my plans. It will come at some point. My schedule, I don't want to complain, but I get times mostly on weekends to work on YouTube, and there is just too much. And I focus on producing quality content, instead of producing 10 videos, I want to produce rather 2 high quality videos. So that's the reason. It might take time, but all of these awesome contents will come at some point. Stay tuned. Okay, Wasim Sheikh is asking, good question. When will I post videos on pandas with real time problem? Sure, I will do that. All my pandas tutorials are looking at some small data sets, but I think that's a good suggestion. I will note down in my to-do list. Using pandas, I will do some real life projects. So guys, for next some time period, probably my focus will be more on projects, and I hope you probably like that approach. For HR project you gave, I only managed to come up with a model and it is working, but I can't draw scatter plot because you didn't show how to draw when given. HR project, which HR project you are talking about? Is it one of the exercise in my machine learning project? I have to kind of go and see what exactly you are mentioning there. So maybe in the that video, just post a comment with the exact details. I don't remember off the top of my head. Satish is asking what is the best way to remember syntax. Don't worry, just Google it. Super Tramp is asking, is it possible to work in data scientist as a freelancer? Yes, there are many freelancing websites such as Upwork or freelancer.com. They give you a lot of freelancing projects. Sometimes some jobs, you can be employed at some company and they'll allow you to work from home. So freelancing is definitely a possibility. Any web portal for freelancing in India only, Shahid? Yes, so Upwork and freelancer.com. On this portals, you can filter based on location as well. Shrirang is asking, how can I become like you? You don't need to become like me. You are who you are, and you are probably the most finest human being, Shrirang. So have that self-esteem. If you're talking about improving yourself, then well, there are many ways you can improve yourself. I recently posted a video on my 3 books which can help you become successful. My 3 favorite books. Those are not written by me, of course. So watch that video and try to follow principles from those 3 books, and then you can become like me. I don't know. Yeah, but those 3 books will help you. Mm, So same questions are being posted so many times. It's becoming distracting again. Friends, please do not post same question again. Data mining and big data require for data analyst career. Not really. You don't need to be very good in, like some companies ask you to have some knowledge on big data, but not necessary. And data mining is a very, very broad term, Venkata. It's like a gold mine, like you have a mine, you extract gold. The gold is in a raw form and you furnish it, you polish it. So data mining is similar to that. So it's a very broad term. Sunny is asking, many algos of ML are not covered by me. Well, I will try to cover. I have not covered XGBoost, the boosting techniques, the k nearest neighbor, deep learning. I'm gonna cover all of that. Vipin just knows SQL and he wants to know how much time is enough to start as an analyst. What are the basic skill required? So for data analysis, if you are targeting data analyst position, SQL, Excel skills are very important, and at least one visualization tool. I will suggest Power BI or Tableau. And how much time? Well, it depends. You need at least 2 to 3 months if you are working sincerely in putting few hours every day. Um, till then, it will require maybe 3 months or more. 3 months is probably best case scenario for data analyst. For data scientist, if you are just starting, it will be a long journey. You cannot learn it in like 2 or 3 months. Mm. Naveen is saying, thank you for the Steve Jobs quote. I've been thinking about jumping. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad to help, Naveen. How do you get ideas for project, Gaurav? There are many. So on Kaggle, you will find many competition data sets. So Kaggle is probably best source to get ideas about project. And some other ideas would be, I think I mentioned this, like go to NGO, go to some business, small business, and ask them to help. Try to figure out what are their pains and try to help them for free. Saurabh, my main problem in English, only understand Indians English. So Saurabh, see, if you get a job nowadays in India, many jobs are dealing with multinational clients. So you have to improve your English. Unfortunately, there is no option. And to maybe I'll make a video on improving English. But there are many tips. You watch English movies and start reading more English books and start practicing. Only by practice you can improve the English. Krishna Vamsi. All right, so I graduated from this university called Dharamsi Desai Institute of Technology, which is based in Nadiad, Gujarat, India. So I'm from Gujarat, India. I migrated to US 12 years back. In India, I used to work in Pune as a device driver programmer in NVIDIA Graphics, which is making GPUs. Then I came here. I worked as a consultant for 2 years, and then past 10 years, I have been working in financial data analytics company called Bloomberg. All right, Alibaba Summer of Code. I don't know what that is. Okay. Versa is asking how to start CV. Are you asking about resume? So I have a video on how to build a resume for data analyst position, and I did a real life resume reviews with an experienced data analyst. I invited many different resumes from my viewers, and I made a video on resume review. So you can go watch that. You'll get many useful resume review tricks. Like we talk about star method, which is to mention the projects, which is situation, task, action, and result. So you should always mention your projects in your resume using star method. If you want to know more about it, just search in YouTube Codebasics space data analyst resume review, and you will find that great video. Someone is from mechanical engineering background, how to start data. That's a broad question. I have covered 2 videos where I have discussed transition from mechanical engineer to data analyst role. Watch that. I get this question that I am a BCom graduate, can I enter data science field? The answer is yes, you definitely can. I have a video on how BCom graduate became data analyst, and he's working for Accenture as a data analyst. So watch that video as well. He has given many tips. His name is Hitesh. He has given many tips on how coming from BCom graduate you can become a data analyst and join data science field. Okay, let's see. Oh, many questions. Sumesh is asking, do one pharma or healthcare project? Sure, I will note it down. By the way, many times for getting project ideas, I post in my YouTube community post. So keep an eye on the community post that I'm doing, because I will be collecting ideas next time I'm doing my projects. So make sure you give suggestions there. Anything about field of data engineering? Data engineering is a great field. I am myself a data engineer. Huge scope. Data engineers in general make much more money than data scientists. Trust me. Data engineering is awesome field. You have to be expert in databases, big data, SQL, no SQL type of database approaches, and so on. Okay. So Tableau or Power BI? I would suggest Power BI. Power BI has a free version available on Microsoft website, and there are many organizations who have Microsoft ecosystem. They use Microsoft tools such as Excel and all the Microsoft Office, Microsoft Azure, and all that. So I somehow like Power BI. So download Power BI for free and start practicing. Tableau is also very good actually. Tableau is probably number one industry standard, but it is very expensive. So some small or mid-scale organizations cannot afford Tableau, so then they go for Power BI. Saad Jamil is asking, can industrial person in industrial degree can pursue master in data science? Yes. See, data science is something anyone can do. Even if you have Bachelor of Arts degree, you can do it. It's just that if you don't have a background, the learning curve will be higher. You will have to learn so many things. It's like, can anyone learn swimming? Yes, anyone can learn swimming. Programming and data science, these fields are generic. They apply in almost all the fields, right? So you can learn it. And the thing is, you don't need too many resources. You need computer, internet connection, and a lot of patience and a drive to build those skills. Okay. Sandeep Kumar is, I am very much confused. How can I start deep learning techniques? If I done machine learning with YouTube, could I start like Keras or TensorFlow? So start with Keras. Keras is an abstraction API built out on top of TensorFlow. You can start with that or try PyTorch. Okay. Nicholas Leoza is asking, where can you search data sets for practicing data cleaning, since in Kaggle almost all are clean? Kaggle, I don't think all data sets are clean. For my Bangalore property price prediction, I took a data set from Kaggle. It was not clean. Many data sets are not clean. You can find many other resources. You can find data sets on Quandle, on Kaggle, of course. Someone was asking question on physics data set. So there is a Sun has a website for physics data set. There are so many portals. Dharamjit Singh is asking good question. He heard data scientist demand is no longer increased. Is it true? Uh, is there a oversupply of data scientists? No, of course not. There are not many data scientists. I mean, it requires a lot of special skills to become data scientist. So I don't think that is true. In pandemic, there will be some adverse effect on data science scientist role overall. Because think about it. If you're a business, you first care about running your business, and then the inside part comes later. So if businesses are having issues just running the business, they will inside part will come little later. So for that reason, I always say that a career in software programming, probably uh, with software programming skills, you have a much higher chance of getting a job than data scientist. I don't want to discourage. I teach data science, but I teach programming as well, of course. But um, don't just go in a hype. Okay, let's see. I'm from a BA background. I'm thinking graduation. After graduation, I will do MBA. So Sanam Kandar is asking. He's from BA background, and he's thinking of doing graduation. I will do MBA from distance and pursuing data science core. Is it good? Yeah, you can do that. Yes, of course, it's a good option. Jyoti Pala is asking, can I get a job on data analyst with a long career gap of 5 years? Worked as a SQL Server DBA for 5 years in top and MNC. Jyoti, 100% you can. See, you have SQL experience, which is great for data analyst role. You worked in top MNC. Do not worry about your career gap. Start applying, start doing all the things that we, teach on our channels. You will be successful, Jyoti. I'm telling you, 5 years of SQL DB experience, awesome. Go for it. Do not worry. It might take time, but that's fine. Sumesh Mishra is asking, I'm confused between data scientist and data analyst. Sumesh, go to YouTube, search Codebasics, data analyst versus data scientist versus data engineer. I have a video. It explains you the difference between three roles. Manish Nath is asking, how is condition of coronavirus in my area? Well, I live in New Jersey, only 1 hour away from New York. This was a hotspot. This was almost a Wuhan of America. But recently the cases have gone down so much. My wife is a respiratory therapist. She is actually giving treatments to corona patients only. And I think 2 days back, they flexed her. Flexed her meaning if they have a less patients, they will ask her not to come for work. And they did it. So that gives a very positive sign that the influx of new patients have reduced. So the patient load has gone down so much and things are in control. So good news. Okay, Momula is asking, what is your background? So let me just give you my background. I was born and brought up in a very small village in Gujarat, India. My village name is Narsanda. It's near Nadiad. It's in between Ahmedabad and Baroda. My father was a primary school teacher. And you can see that. That's why I have so much fascination for teaching. Teaching is in my DNA. And I belong to very average, or I would say like poor class family, where we had a lot of financial struggle. I graduated from DDIT as a computer graduate, BTech in computer science. Then I worked in Pune for 2 years for NVIDIA Graphics as a device driver programmer. Then I moved to US, did consulting for 2 years, and then past 10 years I've been working with Bloomberg uh, as a software engineer. And that's kind of like my short story. Okay. Nicholas is asking, in the world of work, is feature engineering more important, since in the management of graphics I feel a weakness and I do not in okay, so Nicholas, feature engineering is important if you are planning to build a model or if you are doing data cleaning. For example, outlier detection and removal is also considered feature engineering. So if you are doing data cleaning, feature engineering is important. For building a model also, feature engineering is important. I'm an ETL developer. There is already RPA is already being implemented in my MNC. Good. Okay. What are the projects for beginner which is beneficial for CV? Well, you should do some real life projects, or don't do just academic projects like Boston housing price prediction, or just do some real life projects where you build something concrete. For a beginners who started in Python, how many hours of revision should I aim for in a week? Depends. I mean, you can put maybe 20, 30 hours. How much time do you have available? If you put more time, you're going to learn more. Okay. Please do Kaggle live project. Sure. Which foreign university should I apply for business analytics? I don't know much about foreign university. You have to find that out. I am from sales. Prithvi Bhatt is asking. I am from sales and marketing. I'm working in data science training center. I'm interested to get into data analyst. How the opportunity from sales and marketing? Well, sales and marketing knowledge is going to be beneficial. The domain knowledge that you have in any field will definitely help. So sure, you can go for it. Chirag Palan is asking, is NumPy, Pandas, and sklearn is enough to getting data scientist job? Good question. Let's see. It depends on the job requirement. Some job requirements ask for some spatial skills. Let's say if job is asking for spatial skills in Tableau, then of course you cannot apply. But yeah, with Python, Pandas, and sklearn, you can definitely become data scientist because these tools combined will allow you to do data analysis. I already talked. Saurabh Patil is asking about my education background. I already mentioned that. Okay. Please make a tutorial on NLP. Yes, I'm going to make a tutorial on NLP. That's my plan. Arun Kumar, how to improve coding. I think I have a video on how to improve coding. So just go to YouTube, search Codebasics, improve coding tips, and you will find many tips. Sam Apple is asking, I'm from Dallas. Can you do in-depth data cleaning session? Yes, I will do that. So by the way, Sam, when I'm doing many projects, data cleaning is one part of it. So when I did these two machine learning projects and the third data analysis projects that I'm doing, data cleaning is always one part of all these projects, you know. So I'm already doing those projects. So just go watch that. Prathamesh Madhiwala is asking, is it hard to compete with C++ programmer, as I prefer Python to competitive programming from Prathmesh. Do not worry about C++. If you go for an interview in MNC, when they ask you about competitive programming, they will not ask you to write code in specific language. They will say you can prefer your own language. So you don't need to learn C++. You can do everything in Python and you can still get a job at MNC. Abhinav Padmawar is asking, is it better to join startup or MNC? Well, here is the difference. When you join startup, you build a lot of other skills other than just programming or data science. You face a lot of issues, but then you get a chance to build a lot of entrepreneur skills, which is kind of that kind of opportunities are hard to get in MNC because MNC, big company, big organization, everything works fine, system is in place, and you don't face those challenges that you face in startup. So if you're young, I mean, I would say join startup maybe. And yeah, once you have family, once you settle down, maybe then you can join big company. Okay. All right, many questions. I think we are already 1 hour. So friends, I think I'll take one last one or two questions, and I think I have to say end of it. We will maybe do more live Q&A videos in future. I know I have not been doing many live Q&A sessions, but yeah, I'll do. Yeah, I will take some questions if you have. Okay, let's answer this question. Kumar Shivam, how to work with an image classification or problem when data is limited? I'm currently on a hackathon that gave me only 300 pics as a trained data. So one option is, can you collect more data on your own? Is that a possibility? Second option is, can you use transfer learning? When you're using TensorFlow, for example, they have TF Hub API, which gives you pre-trained model. So transfer learning is one option, and the second option is trying to get more training data. And third option is just check how your model behaves with 300 picks you have. Maybe it can do pretty good, even with a small data set. Okay. All right. Friends, I'm sorry, I cannot respond to all your question. Swaroop Nagwood is asking, how can I grow myself in healthcare sector with IT background associated with tools like SAS, S, and Python? Where healthcare, try to do more healthcare related projects and try to get internship or job in healthcare sector. Working on real projects is the only way to grow in a particular domain. Gals, hello sir. Hey Gals, I know you, man. Hi, how are you? I hope you're doing good. Tejas Suthar is asking, do I offer any paid consulting services? No, Tejas, I'm very, very busy. Unfortunately, one-on-one consulting is not possible. So sorry. You can always post a question on my YouTube video, or occasional basis. You can ask me a question on my email. learnpythonlanguage@gmail.com is my email ID. Now, I get so many emails. Sometimes I don't get a time to respond. So do not expect that you will get a response, but I always try my best, to answer questions. But yeah, YouTube video comment is probably the best way to talk, have a conversation with me. Okay, I looks like okay. So Mudit Gupta is asking, what is your primary source of income? Well, my job. I have my job like full time 9 to 6. I work for Bloomberg. That is my primary source of income. I get some revenues through YouTube, but it's nothing actually. It's peanuts. Trust me. Vishal is nice house. Thank you. Do you know Krish Nayak? Yes, Krish Nayak is my friend. We do this collaboration videos. So Krish Nayak, Kenji, Data Professor, and me, we are doing collaboration videos. So we just had a session. Data Professor has posted on his website. So we all talk regularly. Haris is asking, you're awesome, love your work. Thank you, man. I really appreciate. Okay. Okay. How is the scope of data analytics in sport? Frisco Frodo is asking, how is the scope of data analytics in sports and performance? The scope is huge. My friend Kenji, he is a head of data science in some sports analytics company, so he can give you more insights. Go watch his channel. Kenji is the channel name. Mudit Gupta is asking, upload image classification type project. I already have a project, buddy. So just search Codebasics image classification, sports personality image classification project. I just recently did that. Okay, so now I'm going towards the end of the chat, and I will say, if you have any, let's take some personal questions. So just if you have any personal questions for me, you can ask. Of course, don't ask me what is my salary. I hope you ask a reasonable question. Can you tell us something about your journey from India to US? So Vishal, yes, few years back it was easy to come to US on H1B. So I came here for consulting. I did consulting for 2 years, then got a full-time job in Bloomberg. Unfortunately, that route is closed. So if you want to come to US, you can just do masters or work for multinational company. So why I stopped Python data structure series? Python data structures, I have covered most of it. I will add a tutorial on graph data structures and a couple of more, but it's kind of in a back burner because I'm busy with some other projects. But I will add more tutorials on data structures. Ankit, what's your daily routine? Good question. So I wake up and I have a nice backyard in my home. So I have a lot of birds and squirrels who come. So my first thing when I wake up is I do a prayer. I'm Hindu, and I do a prayer just to set myself up for a positive day. I always tell this to myself that today something wonderful is going to happen, and my life is good. I'm healthy. Everything is good in the world. I try to do that self conversation so that you start with a very positive mindset. Then I go downstairs, I feed my birds. So I put a lot of food for birds and squirrels so they come and eat. Then I have planted some vegetables, so I try to give them water. Then I do Surya Namaskar, sun salute. So I got a lot of sun, so I will do sun salute, yoga, and meditation. Then in the morning, I eat mostly fruits. So I and my wife will just eat fruits as a breakfast. Then I start my work. So 9 to 6, I will be doing my work. In the evening, I spend some time on YouTube. But I try to go for running, and I try to do weightlifting. Then I take my dinner. I have a conversation with my wife. We go out for a walk. We love dogs, by the way. So some of my neighbors have got dogs. So we try to play with those dogs. And in the evening, we try to watch some a TV serial. Like in the Hindi, we like this Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma TV serial. So we watch that. Some comedy show we try to watch. And that's pretty much my routine. On weekend, I spend more time on my YouTube. And I'm very social as well. So I have a lot of friends. So we try to do some social get together. I also spend time talking with people who are suffering from ulcerative colitis, because that's an autoimmune disease I had. I suffered a lot. I found a solution. So I posted a video somewhere, and I have created a separate email ID. So in a week, I will have probably 4 to 5 calls. So people from across the world who are suffering from this autoimmune disease, they try to contact me, and I try to give them advice, and I try to share my story. Um, so yeah. Yes, Chandra, meetups in India someday, definitely, man. We'll do meetup when this thing opens up. All right. I think it's 1 hour and 15 minutes. I'm gonna say goodbye, good night, or good morning, good evening, whatever, whichever time zone you are in. And we'll do a next live Q&A session. Maybe next one, we'll try to do more around a theme. Right now, this was an ask me any random question, but we'll do some more like theme-based conversation in the future. So thank you very much. Thanks for your time. Stay safe, stay positive, and continue learning. Never stop learning. Thank you.